Okay, hello. None of you probably missed me, but let's move on towards the golden apple prediction then, shall we? There's 4 different groups. I would probably say Group A is gonna be a little bit hard to rank, but we'll see how it goes. I'm most likely be going through the reason why they're first, second, third. You probably will know why yourself too if you watch my matches whenever I watch them. But you know what? We will honestly have to see how it goes. Then, first and foremost, for Group A. Group A, for me, it's most likely going to be GG coming in first place. I know last year, GG came in second place, ZQ came in first place because Sam decided to do something weird. But overall, GG still should be first. Reason being, very good Hunter Sam, very good 4 survivors, Pibisha, Kutao, 18, and I think they also have a new member as well. You know, it is what it is. But of course, Sam being the one that has the biggest improvement on Opera Singer, has that wheel. That wax might be improved, but if I really decides to get the wax out, I'll probably be at the edge of my seat if he decides to do some weird play again. Overall, GG more or less should come first. In regards to that too, I guess they have really good survivors, they have really good hunters, they're ranked second in IVL, meanwhile Wolves is ranked first. But overall, this team, survivors and hunter-wise, are very competent. Now then, next we'll have Zeta. Zeta will more or less be, like Zeta and GG, both of them can become first. Right, Zeta, you have the Knight main, Opera main round 1, and then you have Alf. Depending on how they want to play it, they could get Alf out for all 3 games, or they could have the Knight player coming in first and then Alf for the rest, the last 2. But of course, in a situation where, you know, Opera Singer is still considered meta, we will be able to see the Opera Singer after nerf for group stages. But I guess in this sense, Simes, I do really like Simes Opera Singer too, but sometimes he does make mistakes as well. Alf should have a little bit of a harder time going against GG survivors, just like, you know, how Zeta's Hunter Alf did have a little bit of a hard time going against Wolf Survivor too. No matter how good of a Hunter you have, as long as you know how to sell properly, everything should still end up being, you know, in a nutshell, a tie, regardless of how you play. It's really based on the survivor side as well. Survivor side from Zeta, you have Dolisu, Mochi, Sasori, and Kazuneko. If I'm not wrong, one of them probably left. One of them most likely left, and then there was another new member in Hamid2. Hamid2 is actually a really good survivor too. So like with Hamid2 coming in, I feel like Zeta is just a little bit more. How do I say? They are a bit more stronger now in that sense as well. Now then, third place is a little bit hard here. Third place could be GR or it could be MRC. But I would say most likely GR has a higher chance compared to MRC. There are 2 reasons. Reason number 1 being the fact that GR didn't get out Super Rich, even though Super Rich was still in the team. Now that could be because of the fact that Nia had, you know, Gamekeeper and Opera Singer, but at the same time I still do feel, you know, with GR they have a very solid survivor team comp. They have AK, one of the best survivors in the league right now, alongside with, you know, two of the survivors from Wolves, Jelly and 487, but AK is definitely a really good survivor. And then you have Heart, who is a guaranteed rescuer like Susiayel SXY, compared to MRC. MRC survivors, now I'm not saying they're not good, they're definitely very good as well, but their Hunter might sometimes make really odd mistakes. MRC lost against ZS Lin. Even though I would say MRC Xiao Chen's An is not the best when it comes to GR. GR's Hunter does have an upper hand. GR Survivors for me as well is kind of a bit better. Now, MRC does come out with a Painter play, does come out with the Explorer play, does come out with the Lucky Guy play. They're kind of this, they're kind of just like a box of surprises, not really Pandora's. Well, it could be Pandora's box, depending on how their luck plays out with some of these picks, but for MRC themselves, I'd say they most likely would come first. Now, speaking of MRC too, because like let's just, and then those last, we know why those last. But let's just talk about this a little bit more so you can probably choose yourself. Now, MRC won against Zeta in IVS last year in 3 games. But MRC lost against ZS Lin and then had to go to revival rounds. Kind of an moment. GR was ranked 4th. GR was ranked 4th. I'm quite sure they were ranked 4th or 6th last IVL. But GR has more of a consistent team. GR also got a new Hunter main who just recently started playing professionally for Koa, so that's also one of the factors too. So as long as, so like with Nia currently on GR's Hunter side, he's getting more experience, so he should be able to, how do I say, retain more in that sense as well. Now of course going against FPXZ2, FPXZQ, GR actually was supposed to be winning against FPXZQ, but then like of course the Hunter did make a mistake for a 4-man escape, so there's also that too, which is a huge factor. Chengdu GG in a nutshell should come first if nothing odd happens, but they will, like, the top 3 here should guarantee top, well the top 2 should guarantee top 3. MRC and GR, it's a little bit of a fight between those two. Personally, I think GR should come up top 3, those should be last, no problem at all. There's that. Group B, let's start from last place. Last place will be Omni, and then we will have, we'll talk about it later actually, but last place will be Omni. For me, I was thinking FT or D or C and HTDG. Now, hear me out on this one. We'll start with rank number 5 first. Rank number 5 Omni, you still have the same team comp, etc, etc, etc. They do have Pit Stoppers as their Hunter now, but hear me out on this part. Why is FT better than... I was listening to Zeus's as well, no shade on Zeus, but FT is significantly stronger than Omni. Because in Koa right now, what matters is your survivor team, not your... It's not... Well, your Hunter does matter, but it doesn't matter as much as your survivors. If you have a really good survivor team, your Hunter team doesn't really matter that much. Realistically speaking. Okay, who does FT have? FT has... FT has Kuga. Kuga was supposed to be playing for Meowpie last year, but now Kuga is in for FT. FT last year was supposed to be ZT. And who do we have from ZT last year? You have Shadow. Shadow was in ZT last year as well, if I'm not wrong. We did see Panda in IBS, Mini Blue, AHD, and Yosh. So then, like, it's most likely these 4 that's gonna be the main survivors. Panda's a prospector main, batter main. Panda is a huge hit or miss when it comes to survivor, right? He either does really well as prospector, as his harasser type, or he does really badly from what I've seen last year in IBS. AHD more or less is your rescuer. He did pretty well. Honest be to God, his containment in IVA was really good in my opinion. I would give him a thumbs up. Mini Blue and Shadow. I'm quite sure Shadow did pretty well as well. Mini Blue, I'm not too sure. Haven't seen him that much. Really haven't seen him that much. But of course, Kuga is a very strong Hunter compared to people from Omni. Omni, you have UKJ who's Hermit Nayard, and then you have the Pit Stoppers, Dream Witch Breaking Wheel main. It's not enough. It's not enough. These 2 Hunters are not better than Kuga. These 2 Hunters are 100% not better than Kuga. Kuga is more consistent. We've seen Kuga in IBS as well, almost winning against CN team. Against Huang, against like the very strong CM team as well. And survivor wise, you have Honor and Agramont who was here last year, and then 2 new survivors too. But main issue really is, you know, it's not stronger than FT Survivor. FT Survivor is way stronger. Now then, we have seen Ordi, we have seen Orsi, we have seen HTDG. Ordi has Dream, First Mad Eyes. We're finally able to see First Mad Eyes. I'm very happy to get it commentated as well from Hong Kong, MO, and Taiwan. But here's the problem. They are solely relying on game 1. Now, Xiao is a great hunter. I ain't gonna lie about that. Xiao is a great hunter. But his room for mistake is too big. He, in the HKMO Taiwan games, he made too many mistakes for me to say, he's good, but he's not as experienced as the other pro teams. Dream, on the other hand, is really good when it comes to Mad Eyes, but only Mad Eyes, so he's only coming out for round 1. So what does this realistically speaking mean? It means that Ordi's strategy is round 1, 4-man elimination, 5 points immediately, get the range, and then like tie everything else afterwards. That's their plan. Against FT, you could say, you could potentially say, okay, FT Kuga can definitely 4K Ordi survivors. But the thing is, FT survivors will get 4K by Ortiz Hunter. So then in round 1, if you're able to get at least 1 escape, everything should be overall fine for you. Now, FT could become 3rd place if Ordi decides to play really weirdly again, like similar to last year when ZT came 2nd in Group B. But overall, that's that for me. Orsi versus HDG. Orsi is gonna come second. Two reasons why. Unpopular opinion. Orsi Peter's opera singer is not better than HHDG TZYM's opera singer. TZYM Rabbit. Rabbit is brilliant hunter. We've seen how he's played. He's a better opera singer than Peter, a better night watch than Kuga. 100%. He also is really good at gamekeeper. He has those three already. He's really good at gamekeeper. We haven't seen all his other picks, but those three mainly. He's only played those three. He's been getting 4Ks against GR, 4Ks against FPXCQ, just 4Ks against one of the most majority teams. You've seen He, who is a harasser rescuer main, previous professional game that came back. You have Egg, who is also a previous professional player. Shushutsu and D-King is more or less of a support type character, but their containment is also really good too. Even if someone does make a mistake, which is kind of rare for HHDG, your forward will bring it back. Your aeroplanist will bring it back. That forward aeroplanist, those two are one of the strongest, like two of the strongest survivors there. The rest are still good, but not better than the other two. Now, when we look at Orsi in a nutshell. Now, Orsi is good. I don't know about Peter, because Peter sometimes make really weird decisions, because Peter also sometimes, you know, just shabans himself. He gets way too dressy, shabans himself, right? So there's a small problem there with Peter. Shota is going to be a great pocket pick. Like, Shota here could be one of the reasons why Orsi wins against HHDG, but also with the release of Cheerleader, with the Perfumer buff, with Gardener being used even more, Mercenary and Aeroplanist, Reptilia might not be as easy to use compared to last year, so I don't know whether or not Shota is actually going to come out this year, but it's mainly going to be Akka and Peter. Still an unpopular opinion, I still feel like TZYM is better than Akka. Consistency-wise, TZYM is way better from HHDG. Of course, you're free to rebuttal, but that's just my output here for you, just for you guys to rank them yourself, because this year it's a little bit more different. Okay, for Group C, we'll rank from the top. It will be Chengdu Wolves, and then it will be... I'm thinking TE Scars, and then we will have TE Scars, Cash, and B4U. Okay, we'll start with B4U again. B4U most likely will be last. They did very well last year. I don't know how well they did this year. Sprints are still top form. I don't know about the survivors. From all the comments I've seen, maybe they were just playing it dumb because they want to show us a surprise. You never know. But from what I know and what I've seen as well, Cat is last year's MS. Cat Survivor is way too good. I'm so sorry, but Cat Survivors is way too good. Cat Survivors can more, or like Sprinter can definitely 4K Cat, right? But if we compare Cat Hunter to B4U's Hunter, who's gonna get more 4Ks? Realistically speaking, Cat Hunter. Realistically speaking, Cat Hunter is gonna get more 4Ks. Why? Simply because of the fact that Cat Survivor, OVO and CC has been playing for 4 years. Satoru and Sui is also really good as well. Like, Cat Survivors don't have that much rooms for mistake. Even if they do make a mistake, it's the OVO brings everything back. OVO is really good. She actually brings everything back. I'm So Sexy from 2 years ago, but he does bring everything back. STNK, Hunter-wise, we've seen the Fool's Gold, but I don't think it's ever gonna come out. If it really comes out, maybe it'll work against B4U, but we'll see how their practice is going. But there's also that too. Who else do we have? We have Scars. So why did I rank Scars third? Like, Scars has Burio and Lati, but I think Lati isn't a bad hunter, but when it comes to his honestly to God, when it comes to his hunters, from what I've seen in IJL as well, it's good, but no. It's good, but no. I think maybe he's a little bit limited when it comes to his hunter pool as well. Like, his Guard 26 Waxard is okay. He does have Geisha, okay. He does have Gala, okay. But the survivors from last year as well. Like, you have Shinami, Sora, and Mone, which is fair. and then you have Takoyaki as your main rescuer. Shinami is meant to be a priestess main, and then you know you have your Ramona and Sword. But then like for the survivor side, if we compare like T survivors with Shinami survivor, like what I will say is T survivors kinda is bad. They are kinda bad, but they've performed really well. They've really performed really well, so I kind of changed my opinions on them. I do think with like Pepe playing as Hunter, he is opera singer and gamekeeper. Like he can 4K. His opera singer is brilliant. Burio's opera singer is good too, but compared to Pepe, I feel like Pepe is way better when it comes to opera singer. Now, in this sense, it might be a little bit more of a bias for me. You could put Scar second and T third, if that's what you think, but I think T will actually come second. And you never know, maybe before you will come third or second, but we'll see. I like Wolves is just Wolves at the end of the day. I don't think we need to introduce Wolves much. So my Brilliant Hunter, you have Jelly and 487. Like these two are the main carries of the team. 11 is the main rescuer of the team. Ye V is meant to be a Hunter main. I don't know about him actually playing. But then like we do have 9J as well as Seer Mechanic, so we'll see how Wolves go. But with 487 and Jelly as well, they should be able to carry the new players to victory, realistically speaking, is what I will say. You know, looking at this survivor, like Wolves definitely can come top 3, but I'm still looking at this. Like 11 is good, I know that. But Ye V was meant to be a Hunter main, so I don't think this guy's actually playing. So we're most likely having 9J as one of their other survivors as well. Okay. And then we'll move on towards Group D. So Group D, GH. I'm gonna say WBG, FPXZQ, AWZ, and AxiWave. What you should probably do is FPXZQ, WBG, AXIZ, Axis, and then AWG, and then GH. Right, I'm kind of a bit more different compared to most people in this one, cause here's the small issue. Alexis got that minutes, Donex is also got that minutes, but the only issue with FPXZQ Survivor really is just my friend Regisy and Zubi. Just these two really get my nerves. These two really get my nerves. I swear to God, these two really get my nerves. Sushaya is probably one of the only good players in there. Like, this guy, this rescuer, imagine relying on a rescuer main to bring your whole game back. That's what this guy is. This is what this guy is known for. This guy's mercenary, this guy's rescue, that's what he's known for. So yeah, that's kind of my side as well, because like if we compare, like I know WBG in co-op wasn't the best as well, but from what I've seen in their qualifiers rounds, they've honestly got improved a lot, a way lot than I genuinely thought they would. Iron did have hand injuries, same as Jelly, but I think he is better now, so that's a good sign. They have a first year on this team. They have an aeroplanist, gardener, entomologist, acrobat main on their team as well for Lan. Juan can also become their main rescue if they really want to. Hui is in a nutshell an anti-current main, mercenary main, gravekeeper main, etc. And then you have Alexis, who is basically on top of everything right now. He took a 1-year break and he's back like a gosh darn roller coaster. We'll compare AWG and AxiWave right now as well. So for AWG, one of the biggest reason why I put AWG ahead of AxiWave is because Brontel's Clerk is really scary if you, not Clerk, Opera Singer compared to AxiWave. Really scary. So like you could have Opera Steam coming out round 1 from AxiWave, but then like realistically speaking, if you're gonna play Dreamwatch and Nightwatch from Riz's side, they play Dreamwatch and Nightwatch. Realistically speaking, AWG Survivor knows how to counter it as well. They have their first prospector to counter it. They have their female dancers. They have their embalmers. They have their mercenaries. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yukakina has also been performing really well as well from what I've seen compared to Riz. Riz is like Dreamwatch Nightwatch Bloody Queen. Like, the moment you get onto game 3, you pull out that bloody queen, I don't think it's gonna matter much, my friend. A bloody queen. Unless you're tying for that bloody queen, then, like, I don't know, mate. I really don't know, mate. So that's kind of my take on that. GH being last, GH does have Meowpie from last year from ZT. Meowpie could 100% beat the heck out of the Japanese team and the CN teams. I'm not saying he can't. But survivor-wise, when going against these type of hunters, I don't think they're going to be able to do much. Sorry, not sorry, GH. But genuine and be the god. No. I don't really see it. Sorry. Like the survivor team comp is still the same. You have little boys, Alcan, Skyfall, Nedukun, but you know, you're gonna have to see how it goes. But like, I'll just say it right. GG, Zeta, G or MRC though. This is guaranteed. These two can switch. These two can switch. Okay, because like if you ever had the odd chance where MRC beat Zeta, but then GR beat MRC, I don't know how that ranks. Is it gonna be GR on top, MRC on bottom, and then Zeta fourth, or is Do gonna be Zeta and then something odd happens again? I don't know. But GG should become first. Do should be last regardless. For Group B, HADG should come first, RC should come second, Omni should come last. FT could overtake RC. No, sorry, FT will not be overtake RC. Survivors. Their survivors are good, but it's not good enough against RC's hunters. RD and FT could switch places. It just depends, because RD survivor kind of just shocks me a little bit as well. Oh, color me shocked. So there's that too. Group C, Wolf should come first. You could put Scars on second, T on third if you want to, but Cat and B4U should be fourth and fifth. Maybe B4U comes third, you never know. Maybe Cat comes first, you never know. And then you need to put FPX EQ as first if you want to play really safe. I'm gonna say WBG. It may come off as a little bit of a bias, but from what I've seen survivor-wise, WBG survivor's way off. Way better. You could put AxiWave on third and AWG on fourth, but I'm more rooting for AWG compared to AxiWave. I just want to check, is Lim still in AxiWave? Lim is still in AxiWave. Lim can come out and play for AxiWave, but he hasn't really played, she hasn't really played for AxiWave at all. Honestly. Right, so there's kind of my predictions on that. You could check the assist predictions too, but just a few warnings, because there's definitely bias here. First and foremost, like for APPLESLESLESE's predictions are overall really good. You have Wolves, T, Scars, okay, he put B4U ahead. I will put B4U below because of the survivors thing, you never know. This is wrong. Omni shouldn't be stronger than FT, but then like I could understand where this is coming from. RD might be a little bit of a bias when it comes to first Madizing their team. Group D looks about right. This should be what you really should be aiming for in Group B, but I'm gonna switch mine up a little bit more. This is Lazy Rabbits. I think Zeta being last is just so wrong. I'm so sorry, but Zeta being last is so wrong. He puts GR fourth because of the fact that they have a new hunter, but I feel like GR's new hunter is better than Shota. RC, you know what, really good respect, but then like this, I don't think Omni should be fourth. I really don't think Omni should be fourth. The reason why they put FT fifth is because they haven't seen FT play. I have seen FT play. I know what Kuga is like. I know what their survivors are like. So I would probably say like FT, if they do really well, they definitely can become third. Group C is kind of what I went for, and Group D is kind of what I went for as well. So my Group C and Group D is kind of the same as Rabbits. This is another CN one. Looks about right. I put GR on third. Looks about, no, FT should be fourth. No matter what happens, Omni's not better than FT. Wolves, TE, Scars could be TE once again. B4U is not beating Cat. Sorry, not sorry. They're probably saying B4U beats Cat because of Cat's Hunter playing really odd picks. But also at the same time, it could be one of the cases where, you know, Sprinter's Hunter is really good, so Sprinter can definitely carry them forth. But we'll see. From what I've seen last year from Korea, from the Korea survivors as well, they performed really well. So I wouldn't be surprised. Group D looks right about right, except for AWG and AxiWave choose. This is another female CM. Though becoming third, that's very ambitious. I won't lie, that's very ambitious, but we'll see. RC becoming first, I can see where that's coming from. Or the FT, that makes sense to me. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the Japanese ones. The Japanese ones are saying Omni come last before you come for. Oh, they have a lot of They have a lot of team before you. If before you survivors honest be the god, step it up, they can definitely go up the ranks. They can even be TE, I would say, but they have to step it up. That's the first thing. Yeah, Scars could be TE as well. We just have to see. The stairs, that stairs, that stairs. This is Zeta becoming first. I can see why as well. I must say third. Okay, so what one will I say if you really want to copy? What do you want to copy from? You can copy Group C and Group D from. No, sorry, wrong one. This guy, you just copy this guy. Just copy this guy, my friend. Happy Louse has always been commentating, whether it's offline or online. He's also been doing really good as well when it comes to, you know, entertaining majority of IDV viewers in CM. So I do pay huge respects to him. I mean, they all do a really good job as well, but I just have a personal bias to Happy. Anyways, my suit is here. I'll be wearing that suit for my call commentaries as well. That's going to be it for the Apple predictions. I'll see y'all in the next one.